I love this e.l.f. contour palette. I've talked about it before. I have done a contour video using this contour palette, but today I thought I would show you how I do my makeup, a really natural, easy, everyday look using mostly just this contour palette. Hi, I'm Dawn from Just Doing My Best. I am so glad that you're here. If you're over 40 or over 50, like I am, and you wear makeup most every day, but you want your makeup to be pretty simple, pretty uncomplicated, fairly natural looking, not difficult, you're in the right place. I have a lot of products that I love from e.l.f. This palette, I love it. Under 10 bucks and pretty clean. You just can't beat that. I will leave a link in the description of this video so that you can pick it up yourself. It comes in light medium, which I'm pretty fair, so I'm using the light medium palette. You could also get it in medium dark if that suits your skin tone better. So all I have done is I started with a clean face. I used my moisturizer, my primer, my foundation, and my concealer, and then I set my foundation and my concealer with powder. So now let me show you how I use this palette. I'm going to use this palette for a few different things, but let's start in the most obvious place, and that's contour. I'm going to use, of these two of the darker colors, I'm going to use the second one, so the second to the darkest. I'm not going to use the darkest one today. I'm going to use this color right here. The idea behind contour is to give your face a little bit of definition. As we get older, for a lot of us, me especially, my face is losing some definition. My features are falling. I need to bring them up a little bit. I need to give my face a little bit of definition. And contour gives your face a little definition, but it also kind of thins you out a little bit. And so when your face and your features are falling with age, that's kind of what contour is going to do. So I'm not going to use the darkest color because the darkest color on me would be like, oh gosh, what is going on with her makeup? The second to the darkest is going to give me that little bit of definition, that little bit of, wow, she looks like she's lost a couple of pounds. That's why I'm going to start right there. I'm going to go ahead and give you a link to the contour video so that you can watch that today. Just going to run through it. So let me show you how I'm going to use this palette. I'm going to use the contour right here. And that's it for that color. If I had a little bit more color in my face, I might use this color as contour or maybe blend the two together to give myself a little bit of a bronzer effect. But today I just use this color as contour. Now I'm going to use this color as an all over base eyeshadow. Normally on a daily basis, I don't wear a lot of eyeshadow. If you've seen some of my other videos, you know that. Quite frankly, I just don't want to be bothered. It's just one more step. Remember I said you're in the right place if you want your makeup to be fairly simple. I just don't want to be bothered. But as I'm getting older, some of those veins, you can see the veins in the capillaries and all of that kind of popping out. So I hate that. I said I put primer on my face. When I put my makeup primer on, I also put it on my eyelids. Then I said I used my foundation, my concealer, and I set that all with powder. I have very, very, very oily skin. So I set that with the powder because otherwise it all just comes off. It all just shows. You can see all those veins and capillaries and all the little blue lines. Ugh, I hate that. So put the primer on, I set it with a powder again because I have very oily skin. Now I'm just going to use this light color as just an eyeshadow, just kind of a base, just to hide all of those little veins. And really and truly, it really does work and it doesn't look like you have a ton of makeup on. So by using this color on my eyelids, I'm not necessarily going for an eyeshadow look as much as I'm just trying to neutralize all of that discoloration. That's all. All right, now I'm gonna run through my next few makeup steps and I'll come back to that palette in just a bit. So since I use that light color in the contour palette to neutralize all of the discoloration above my eyes, then I went ahead and added a little blush just to give my face a little bit of life. Went ahead and applied my blush, and then I applied an eyeshadow stick on the top and the bottom, lining my eyes. Then I put eyeliner just on the top. I don't ever put eyeliner on the bottom. I don't like that it can age me. It can emphasize dark circles. Since my face is very oily, anything that you put on the bottom can kind of run just a little bit. So I try to keep everything on the bottom pretty minimal. And now let me show you the last way that I'm going to use that contour palette. Now I'm going to use this lightest color here in this palette to highlight the inner corners of my eyes. I like this color because it's not too white, but it's not too yellow. It's not super frosty. I really want the inner corners of my eyes to be lightened a little bit. And when you put a highlighter in there, something that's not super frosty, not super white, just like I said, it just gives your face that little bit of something. The contour just makes you look like maybe you lost a couple of pounds. The highlighter on the inside of the corner of your eyes looks like you got about 2 or 3 extra hours worth of sleep. It is amazing. I've talked about highlighter in other videos. There are plenty of other places that you could apply that color, maybe to define your brows, maybe just on the tops of your cheekbones to highlight that, but we're not going to do any of that today. I'm only going to use that color today just on the inner corners of my eyes. Let me finish up this look with some mascara, and then I'll come back and show you the finished look. So you get ready with me today using this contour palette. We got to use it in so many different ways. I used this color as a contour, but if my skin was a little bit darker, maybe in the summertime, I might be able to use a combination of the 2 colors for contour. But you know what? As a bronzer, I could probably just take a brush, swipe over all of it, and just brush on. I think that would be a terrific bronzer. I used this color as just an all over eyeshadow base just to bring down all of the discoloration. And then I used this color as a highlighter. So many possibilities in this great little palette for under 10 bucks. In the description of this video, I will leave you links for everything that you saw me use. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, I really hope that you'll like it and subscribe, hit the bell notification so you know when more videos come up. For now, come over and find me on Facebook or Instagram at Just Doing My Best. Go out today and be blessed and do your best.